Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti from anthonymorganti.com, and this is episode 85 of Photo Critiques. And in Photo Critiques, people send me in some of their best images, and I critique each shot with suggestions on how they can improve it. And today I'm pleased to critique the work of Jermain Kerman. Jermain's from Curacao in the Caribbean. He's got some really interesting shots, and he told me that he did these with a point and shoot camera, and he really talented, very nice shots. His first one, very interesting. It's always interesting if you take something that really is totally foreign to a scene and put it in the scene. It usually makes for a pretty interesting shot. And Jermain did this with this toilet in the middle of a desert, and very well done. The lighting was a little harsh, so he was dealing with some harsh lights, but he did a nice job of minimizing it. So we have a harsh shadow here, but we could still see the toilet, and the lighting was good for the background, so we don't really have any harsh lights in the background. The shadows are being cast the other way, so it's very nice. Nice job of knowing the light and working with the light into the shot, so it's not a negative feature of the shots, is what I'm trying to say. So very well done. And this very cool. This I guess call this selective light. And selective light is when you have something like this. This light coming in a certain way, and it has a certain pattern to it. And Jermain exploited this pattern in a very clever way with these chairs, and we just have kind of a unique color pattern of the chairs, the light falling on it, and we have all this negative space going around here. So it's a very, very nice shot, Jermain. I like this a lot. And I would encourage everyone to, when you're out shooting, look for situations like this. Look how the light might fall on something, and look at how you might exploit that light. And how Jermain chose to exploit it is with these chairs and the negative space. So very well done. This is a very nice shot. I think Jermain said he's married, has a daughter, so I assume this is his wife and daughter. And a very, very cute shot. The love between the mother and the daughter portraying in the photograph. Very well done. The only thing I can suggest, because the background is so bright, the people are a little more in the shadows. So what you might want to do is come in the shadows of, if you're using Lightroom, just bring shadows up a little bit so you could see more detail in their face, and it helps. So this is the before, and this is the after, and you could see what I'm trying to say is to bring out their faces a little more, make it a little brighter. In this shot too, I like that you changed it to black and white. It's very cool. But we have this big, big bright area back here. So and the light is kind of harsh. So you did a nice job of minimizing the harshness of the light, but we still have their faces kind of dropped in shadow because of the bright background. So again, in this shot, I would just bring shadows up so you could offer up more detail in their hair and their face. So it's a very nice composition though. In this shot too, I would say the same thing, is just bring the shadows up. Then you could get more detail in mom's hair and the daughter's hair, and it still has that same drama and flavor that the shot was showing to begin with. A very cool shot. I love the shot that you have your daughter off to the side, not bullseyed in the middle of the shot, and very well done. Very nice, beach. Boy, I wish I was there right now. Very, very nice. The lighting was harsh, but you often midday on a beach you're going to be dealing with harsh light. So you did a nice job of minimizing the harsh light as much as possible. Now again, as you look in here, it's so dark, there's no detail. So again, I would, if you're using Lightroom, is to bring shadows up a little bit so you could get more detail in your daughter's hair and the sand on her and stuff. So it's very, very cute shot. This shot's very nice composition. We get the foreground element of the boat. We have nice color of the stones and stuff in the beach, the dirt, the different color of the water, and the grassy scrub hill in the background. It is a little dark again in this shot. So again, if you brought shadows up, I want you to probably look at this hill here. You see how you can't see a lot of detail. So if we bring shadows up, we still keep the general flavor of the shot, but we're seeing more detail in the hill. And because we're seeing more detail, we're seeing more variance of color, of greens and stuff and browns in the hill that we couldn't see before. So it adds to the overall, I think, strength of the composition. A very nice shot of the windmill. Again, we're very close to the sides, and you're really cut off down here at the sides. So in this one, I'd back up a little bit. And remember, if you're going to be printing shots, when you're real close like this, you can't crop it at all. So what you'll have to do is print it on paper, and you're going to have a border around it. So to avoid the border, you really have to give more space to these shots. And then when you crop to fit it so you don't have any white border, then you won't be losing any of the subject, which in this case is the windmill. This very harsh light on this shot, as you can see, very strong side light coming in. So the bird is cast in shadow. So in this case too, I would definitely suggest that you bring shadows up considerably on this shot, so you really could see more detail in the bird. It's a very nice shot. The bird is very well in focus. And very cool shot. If you were using a DSLR, you could use some positive exposure adjustment. So you're going to overexpose the shot a little bit, and positive exposure compensation. I'm sorry, I drew a blank for a second there. And you would overexpose the shot a little bit. Then you wouldn't have to worry about doing it in post. And you tend to get a cleaner image that way too. The noise won't, there's not as much noise in the image as when you have to bring shadows up, because the shadows tend to hold the noise in the shot. So when you bring shadows up and you bring the blacks up to get the detail in the shadows, you tend to bring with it a lot of noise that you have to deal with, later. So though in the composition wise, very nicely done. The bird is looking to the side, but it's looking to the large part of the frame. Mentioned that many times in the critiques. If you have people or animals looking to the sides of the frame, you don't want them looking real at the close edge. So if this bird was here and it was looking this way, it wouldn't look good. It would look ridiculous. But it looks very natural with the bird looking to the bigger part of the frame. I like all this negative space over here. It really adds to the shot. Very nicely done. This shot here, it's selective color shot. I like what you were going with here. The only issue I have with this shot is the bird is out of focus. If the bird was in really, really tight focus, you would have nailed this shot. But as it is now, because the bird's a little blurry, it spoils the composition. But I like the idea what you were going for. I like the composition. We have these lines going, left to right, horizontal lines. The bird is to the side, looking to the larger part of the frame. So very compositionally, very well done. Just technically, that focus has to get tightened up. And it's a pretty cool shot. I always, whenever I go to the beach, I'm always saying I'm going to get a shot like this, and I guess I never do. Again, harsh light though. The lighting, on beaches, particularly in the middle of the day, very, very harsh. Nice focus though. The rocks are nicely in focus. I think this is one where you want to try to recompose it. I don't know what's going the other way, but you'd have these shadows so they're behind the rocks, not in front of the rocks, so you don't notice them as much. But obviously you wouldn't have probably the beach in the shot. So you'd come back at a different time of day when the sun is shifted a little bit, and maybe hopefully these shadows are going the other way, and I think it would be a stronger shot. This is a perfect shot. This is a shot I wish I took. Very, very well done, Jermain. Excellent shot. The very strong backlit boat, but we still see detail because it's just an excellent shot. And there's not much to say. The sky is beautiful. The water's beautiful. It's a really, really nice shot. And that's it, actually. So, yep, that's it. So I'd like to thank Jermain for sharing his images with us. And that goes to show, if you guys don't have a DSLR, use a really point and shoot. You could train your photographic eye. You could develop a style. You could really bring yourself a real long way with a point and shoot. And I encourage you to do it. If you just have a point and shoot, shoot. Get out there and shoot as much as you can, because that's how we learn, by doing it. And it doesn't matter if you have a $6,000 DSLR and expensive lens, or you have a $50 point and shoot, get out there and take some shots. And Jermain proved it here. Very talented photographer, Jermain. Thanks for sharing. And I'd like to thank everyone who watches all my videos. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. If you guys have time, go over to my website, anthonymorganti.com. I got all kinds of photography stuff over there. And if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you went to YouTube and subscribed to my YouTube channel. That's it for now. I'll talk to you guys soon.